to show you what's achievable with single stage paint, and also to give you an idea of the ultimate test, we've pulled a very oxidized panel from an old black E24 M6 BMW that is just completely oxidized. This panel, believe it or not, has actually been cleaned with IPA and quick detailer. It's just that bad off. So we're actually show you what the GlossHaus system can do with older paint as well, and give you a real sense of how far back paint can come. Now, one quick word, we're actually going to start off with Foundation 1 polish, move up through the steps, but I just want to show an example of what can happen if you work too aggressively with too much product. This is actually a Foundation 1 yellow pad that has been worked too aggressively by the owner. So this pad has really kind of come apart. What you want to make sure you do is don't overwork the product, don't use too much, or not only will you wind up with a damaged pad, you can wind up with damaged paint. So just use enough product and let the pad do the work. So now we start. We're actually going to use Foundation 1. This paint is so oxidized that we're going to start aggressively and move up through the steps and see what we get. Now you can actually notice on this panel, if we pan down here, someone actually set a brake caliper on this paint and it's rusted in top. You can even see the drill holes for the caliper, or for the disc rotor. We're actually hoping that this is going to polish off. Again, this is sort of the ultimate challenge. We're going to see how much we can do with this panel. We're likely to find some things underneath all this oxidation that we need to deal with. Well, let's have a look first using Foundation 1. Smear it on the work area. Set the polisher to the 2. Alright. Now we've mixed it all through up to 4. So what we've got here is you can already see how much improvement there's been in the paint. I can actually see my reflection where I can't over here at all. We can see the roof, the garage lines. Now we have some places where the paint appears to be a little more damaged. We've removed most of the damage from where the rotor rusted on the top of the trunk here. So what I think we're going to do, I see some more scratches. It almost looks like a cat probably sliding off the hood and grabbed on. So we're actually going to do another pass with Foundation 1 and really trying to get some of these spots here off. So now we finished our second pass with Foundation 1. Let's see what we've got. So we removed a great deal of the oxidation, essentially all of it. And we moved all but the absolute toughest. You can't really tell this was a brake caliper anymore. I think what happened was the rain and other things that pooled in the holes from the brake caliper have actually etched into the paint. But what we have here now is a window to the world. We can actually see our reflection. We can see just a few defects left in areas that are highly oxidized, but we have a much, a reflective surface as opposed to a surface that doesn't have anything. I think we're going to go ahead, finish up with F2 and F3, put on some wax and after we glaze and see what it looks like. So we're ready to wrap up our GlossHaus Ultimate Challenge with our single stage oxidized trunk lid. We've applied some carnauba wax, we've let it haze over, now we're going to wipe it off and see what we got. Now break the wax a little bit. Look at that shine. That's terrific. So now let's compare. Alright, so this was before. Like I said, this is actually cleaned. This is our, what we call rough cut. Not bad. You can still see a little bit of the caliper marks. And then we get down here, just a perfect mirror finish. A few spots that we would not be able to pull out. That's really deep etching, but 99.9% of the cars on the road don't have that kind of damage, and look how far back we brought this tired old panel.